Hello, welcome to the Lululoves Crochet Podcast, episode 40. My name is Emma and this is my podcast all about crochet and crafts and books and anything else I feel like talking about. So I hope you're all well. It's only been, I don't even think, quite a week since I filmed last, but I'd had quite a large unplanned break. So I've sort of split the episode into two. So I've got a few more finished objects to show you and a couple of works in progress. I also took a trip to Persephone Books, which has just opened up in Bath, which I'm really excited about because I've wanted to go for many years, and I got a little book haul there to show you. So I'm excited about that. A couple of new books. And I'm very excited to say that this episode is being sponsored once again by Skillshare, who I am working with again. I'm really, really happy. It couldn't have come at a better time, actually, because I've definitely needed to feel inspired recently. So I will share with you a couple of the classes that I've been taking that are really sort of helping motivate me. So I think we'll just get started. So the first finished item I have to show you, and they're all small items. I think I did explain in the last podcast that I just hadn't really felt the presence of my crochet mojo. It was gone. So I've been doing lots of smaller projects just because I've wanted to crochet. I just haven't really felt in the mood for designing. I think that's the main thing. I just haven't felt very, very creative. Anyway, I was in desperate need of a project one weekend and I really wanted something colourful. And you know that's quite unlike me. I like calming neutrals, but I just wanted something bright and happy and something that would lift me. And I had seen a copy of this pattern by Katie Jones Knits. I think it's Katie Jones Knits. And it's called the Pop Patch Collar. And I'll show you a picture of the very gorgeous Katie wearing it. I mean, she just does the most incredible patterns, I think. I just love her use of colour and how vibrant and energetic, you know, she always seems, and so talented. But anyway, I saw a couple of people making it on Instagram and I thought that's just the thing. Anyway, I had a look around and it's a pattern that's for sale on her website. So I bought it, downloaded it, and I knew that I had lots of paint box cotton yarns, and I think that is what she just suggests DK cotton in 6 colours. But she has been using paint box. So I knew I had lots. I had almost the identical colours, really, which also took something away. Like I didn't have to make any decisions. I really just tried to make it as close to the collar as possible, and it was so therapeutic. It was just lovely to follow a pattern. Anyway, it was so bright. Look at that. I absolutely adore it. Now, I don't think it's something that I will probably ever wear, sadly, but I had so much fun making it. So it's just made up of these motifs. Are these like African flower motifs? I feel like I've seen those before. And then she's sort of designed a triangular one. So you get this, I mean, I'll try and pop it on for you, but it's going to be a bit too much. It's a very big collar. And actually on me, I think maybe I don't even think there is tension. Oh, there is a tension square, 12 centimetres by 12. I think maybe mine are coming up a bit big, I don't know. So it sort of almost just looks like a little shoulder. There we go. I mean, you would have to wear something plain, although Katie doesn't. She's got it on with a nice gingham dress, but I think maybe the floral dress might be a bit too much. But I loved it. It was very quick to make. I used, stashed yarn, so I didn't have to buy any yarn. I made it up in a weekend. it was just the perfect project really for what I needed. So I'm going to have to find an owner for that now, because oh gosh, just look at the colours. It's so beautiful. I do sometimes wish I was just a bit bolder in the colours that I could wear, but I generally do stay away from making things with too much colour, just because I know that I won't wear them, but I love them, and I love them on other people. Luckily, I've got two daughters that are not averse to colour, so I will probably Kyra. We'll see. But if not, I'll just keep it, and just every now and then when I need a pick up, just drape it around my shoulders. So I really love that. So that's the Pop Patch Collar by Katie Jones knit. I'm sure you're all aware of her, but if not, I will put all the details to her Instagram below and her website. Everything will be in the description box. I didn't get time to write show notes up for the last episode, so I am just putting all the links in the description bar below for now, until I get better organised. And then the other thing was a project that, again, I was looking for small projects. I just really wanted something to crochet, to occupy my mind, to keep moving, but without having to be creative, if that makes sense. I mean, I suppose the act of making something is creative, but you know, I didn't have to give it too much thought. And I had started making my Solstice bunting. I don't have the cream version here, I think. Oh yeah, here she is. Now these will need to go up in the garden actually, because it's bunting season again. So there's the Solstice bunting. I'm sure you remember it from last year if you've been watching along. I absolutely adore it. Anyway, I started making, I think maybe for the winter solstice, a version with hand-dyed yarns that I had collected, and I will have to go back and try and find which yarns these were, but I had made some little motifs. Look at the, oh, that's just so gorgeous. Look at those colours. I will try and find out what yarn this is. Again, it's very old, so I'm not sure that you'll be able to get it, but I feel like the darker colour might have been like a Poldark inspired yarn, because I feel like it was named after the house, but I'm not sure. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So I have just made a string of bunting using that Solstice pattern, which of course I know off by heart, and these lovely hand-dyed yarns. I just think that's beautiful. I mean, you could use that for winter bunting, but equally I think that would still look beautiful in the garden now. I am just obsessed by those colours. Let me show you. I mean, the nice thing about the hand-dyed yarn is that each sort of little flag is different. There we go. Got this one the wrong way. Aren't they lovely? These colours make me so happy. Some of the darker ones there. I love it, and I love the effect that that's made. So I will find somewhere to hang that outside. I mean, it's obviously a wool yarn, but I think this must have been DK weight. It's definitely not a fingering, and it's definitely, you know, you can feel it's wool, not a cotton yarn. But they seem to have worked up just as well. So I was really, really pleased with how they'd come out. I just love it, and I can't wait to hang that in my office in the winter as well. I think that will look beautiful. So there was another really easy, simple pattern. Again, just to keep my hand in, and no effort really, because I know that pattern off by heart. And that's the wool I had left from the light I must find out what it is. It's beautiful. But I think I must have already used some of the darker yarn on another project, because I don't have any of that left. So I just have these little balls in a bag. So that's that. So that's the Solstice bunting. The pattern's been around for I think over a year now. That's I'll link it in the description bar. Maybe 2 years actually. Time goes so fast. And then just a couple more whips, and I think I may have shown, I don't know if I've shown this on here or on Instagram, but I am making another jumper. It is going to be a short sleeve jumper, and again I've used my favourite pattern, the diamonds and the bobbles, but this will be textured all over. Let me see if I can, there you go, and you can see some of them have got these little ones in the middle and some haven't. Really just making it for myself, just playing around at the moment. You know, I'm happy with the way the pattern's working out, so I just need to get on and make, I might make the back plain. Oh yes, I think I probably will. What do you think about that? Would you want texture on both sides of the jumper? Yeah, I'm thinking maybe plain. Anyway, I really want a sort of cropped, a short sleeve jumper that I can wear. You know, I get so hot at work, so I like to be able to layer so I can take things off. So I'd like something that I can wear over a longer sleeve sort of t-shirt in the winter. But it's not going to make me too hot. So that's that. I sort of stopped. I started, I liked it, and then I think what happened is I started popping in some decreases, and I may have already told you about this, in which case I apologise. Started putting in some little decreases and working out the pattern around it, but I decreased too soon. When I tried it against myself, I got a bit ahead, and I feel like, although I like my jumpers cropped, I just feel like this might be a bit too short. So I kind of stopped that. So now that's going to get some time. I've still got to get the headband pattern up. I think that may even be up. It should be up soon. Let's leave it at that. And then the last work in progress is some more bunting. So once I had finished my Solstice bunting, I thought it would be lovely to design some new summery bunting. I just have a love affair with creating it. It's easy, it's quick to make. Anyway, someone had left a comment and it sort of stuck in my mind, so I had it down in my notebook. I think maybe on my Etsy store about some pineapple bunting. So I thought, great, that's really summery, isn't it? I can't think of anything that says summer more than a pineapple motif in crochet. So I mean, you know, there's nothing original about this pineapple, but I am trying to figure out a way to make it into bunting. So I have sort of come up with this very simple pineapple motif. And the only thing about it is I have worked this up in DK cotton, and you can see how big it is. If you're going to compare it, and I know the Solstice bunting is a shorter bunting, but if you just look at one of the motifs, it's quite, and even the boho bunting, it's quite big. So I think, and also I'm not happy with the way it's almost too drapey. So I feel like in the wind, I want it a bit stiffer, I think is the long and short of it. So I'm going to play around and either take out some of the chain spaces to make it smaller, or look at more coarse cotton with a slightly smaller hook. So that's what I'm working on. But I think that will be beautiful, you know, just swaying in the garden in the sun. So I'm really excited about that. It's really the simple things, but I love that. So that is the other project that I am working on, and it's been really good actually, because I've been in a bit of a slump for, you know, a good sort of, I don't know, 6 weeks, maybe even 2 months. And I'm finally finding that I'm getting inspired again by my patterns and my projects. And, you know, a lot of that actually has been to do with the work that I've been doing with Skillshare. So this part of the video is sponsored by Skillshare. I do have to say that. They are an online community where you can find thousands of creative classes on all sorts of things. So you've got photography, knitting, crafts, and you've also got things like well-being, productivity, freelancing. So I find it really useful, and I download the app on my phone, and with their premium membership you get access to all their content. I think there are some free classes on there that you can try. But yeah, with their premium you get access to all their content. And I have been, the past 2 weeks I've done a class every week, so I've been really making time for myself and taking a class a week. And the two that I've done in the past 2 weeks have been on motivation, and they've been so helpful really in understanding why and how to overcome, you know, procrastination and things. But the one in particular I wanted to talk about was by Emma Gannon, who is the author of the multi-hyphen method. If you've read that book, I really liked it. And she also hosts a really lovely podcast called Control Alt Delete, and I really enjoyed that as well. So I was really pleased to see courses by her, and actually bookmarked a few more of hers to take. But she's got a class called, and I'm going to just look at my notes. It's called Unlocking Your Potential: 5 Exercises to Build Creative Confidence. And it's just, she really explores how we can sort of self-sabotage, and that can be from fear of failure, but also fear of success. And I think she's actually got a new book coming out on sabotage. I'd be really interested to read that. But anyway, there's 5 exercises on how to, you know, overcome that really. And, you know, all the points, you do sort of little exercises. She talks you through little exercises in, you know, really paying attention to your demotivators, and trying to cut those out of your life, whether it's endless scrolling or, you know, comparison, whatever it is, you know, limit it or cut it out. Tips on, you know, another one that can get in the way of motivation is procrastination. So the tip is just to start, you know, just start and the motivation will follow. And actually it's funny because the other course I did, I'll put all the links below, it said a very similar thing. You know, you can't rely on motivation to be there for you. You have to create it by starting. And I just think that's such a useful tip. You know, if for example, for me, when I'm not feeling creative and I'm not motivated to design, actually just start. So it's just such a simple tip, isn't it? But I really needed to hear those, particularly at the moment. So they've been really, really useful. And you know, the classes were both under an hour, so it wasn't a lot of my time. I worked through the exercises. And yes, I definitely came out feeling more positive, and, you know, with some methods that will help me, I think, definitely get more motivated to do the things that I enjoy and the things I want to do without putting those barriers up for myself, which I'm sure lots of us do every day. So that's really good. So I will link the class I took below, or the classes. The other one was called Learn to Motivate Yourself, Mastering Self-Discipline. But anyway, I'll link the classes below. And Skillshare have also very kindly offered the first 1,000 of my subscribers who click on the link in the description bar a free trial of Skillshare Premium. So that's all their classes, all their content, so that you can explore your own creativity too. I definitely recommend it. As you know, I enjoyed working with them last year, and I'm really, really happy to be working with them again. But as usual, no pressure. So please, you know, don't feel you have to. But if you are interested, go and have a look at the link, have a read through, and see what you think. So I think we're all caught up now on what I've been doing, whips and projects that I've done over the past few weeks. So I do have some more books, believe it or not, I know. But So I will start with this. I ordered the new Sheep Year's yarn book. I love these books, and this one looks like it's got a botanical theme. They're always so pretty, although this one seems to be a little bit dodgy on the old spine. It seems like it's come, just doesn't seem like it's been finished properly. Feels like it's going to come apart, you know. In fact, I don't think there is a spine. Anyway, there's some lovely projects in here as usual. I really love these nesting baskets. They're beautiful. And it does really feel like this book might fall apart at any moment. Beautiful bag. I love that as well. Look at that, that's beautiful. So there are lots of things in here that I would like to make, as always. And there's a good mixture, I think, of projects. Some lovely knitted pieces as well. Look at this beautiful shawlette. I just have a thing about circular shawls. I just think they're so pretty. That's lovely. That's a knitted one. No way I'd be able to do that. That's very beautiful though. So yeah, I thought I'd mention that. I'm not sure when this one came out. Must have been a while ago now, but number 11. Yes, a bit of a shame about that. Anyway, that's beautiful. And then there's another book here that I brought up to show you that I've taken out from the library, and I just thought I would pop it on here quickly because it's got to go back, and but I thought it might be something that a lot of you are interested in. It's the National Trust Baking book. So this is a collection of classic and modern recipes from one of our most respected food writers and author of the award-winning Sight, Smell, Touch, Taste, Sound. It showcases the very best of British baking, from feather-light buttery sponges to baked fruit puddings. Some of the recipes in here just look gorgeous. I might even have to buy this one because I'll be sad to send it back. It's just beautiful. Let me find something for you. We've got apple and blueberry muffins, love. Raspberry and almond tart. Cherry batter pudding, look at that. That's delicious. There was a lovely loaf in here as well, like a soda bread. It looked so easy. A mushroom calzone, wild garlic bread, tomato gratin. Just some really beautiful recipes. Flowers and herbs. I think they all look lovely. There was definitely a lovely, oh there it is, a bacon soda bread. Look at that. That just looks gorgeous. Yeah, I just thought that was really beautiful, so I thought I would show you that quickly. I'll try and make something from that before I have to send that back. And then lastly, I've got my books from Persephone Books. They have just moved from London to Bath. I was so excited because I've never been there before. So if you haven't heard of Persephone Books, they are an independent publisher of sort of forgotten literature, so mostly women writers as well, and a lot of them from the early 20th century. So I mean, I wanted to buy every single book. I think they've got about 139 titles. I'll link their website below. If you go on, and they do an online service, so you can order their books, but they all come in these really distinctive grey covers. I'm sure like lots of you would have heard of them already, but so in this little biannual magazine, they list all their books with a little bit of a description about each book. And you know, you've got some authors that you would know and others that you wouldn't, and I just think it's really lovely. So I went through, this is all online, this little catalogue of their titles, and before I went online to have a look at some of the titles that I might like. So I will show you the ones that I bought. And actually I did buy, I think, a couple of their most popular ones. So they come generally in grey covers like this. So this is Young Anne by Dorothy Whipple, and I have never read any of Dorothy Whipple's work, even though people have recommended her to me quite a lot. So I am really, really excited to try this one. They all come with, the insides have all got these lovely different designs, and they all come with like a little bookmark in the same design. It's just beautiful. The shop is absolutely stunning. It's got a description about the book. So this one is Young Anne, and that's number 127. So on the back you've got the number of the book. So like I said, they've only got 139 titles currently. I think they produce maybe 1 or 2 a year. But yes, lots of people have recommended this to me. The other two that I bought were obviously, I think, so popular for them that they have got, I think, about 12 titles that they've got special covers for. So the first one, and this is the one, number one that I wanted to read, was Mariana by Monica Dickens. Look at that cover. And these ones are slightly cheaper. I think the grade ones are £13 and these ones I think are 10. It says, Mariana describes a young girl's growth towards maturity in the 1930s. We see Mary at school in Kensington and on holiday in Somerset. Her love for her cousin Dennis, her attempt to go to drama school, her year in Paris learning dressmaking and getting engaged to the wrong man, her romance with Sam. Like Dusty Answer, I Capture the Castle and the Pursuit of Love, this is a novel about a girl encountering life and love, which is also funny, readable and perceptive, and a marvellous description of a certain kind of English life at a certain moment in time. I mean, I love I Capture the Castle and the Pursuit of Love, so I knew that I had to get that one, and I got the slightly cheaper version with the cover, because I think the cover's absolutely beautiful. So that was the first one on my list, and then the second one was another one of their more popular ones, and it's Kitchen Essays by Agnes Jekyll. And this says, during 1921 to 22, Lady Jekyll wrote unsigned essays for the Times with such titles as Tray Food and Sunday Supper, for the too fat and for the too thin. These were reprinted as kitchen essays. Recipes are interspersed with her delightful comments. For example, an excellent and very simple recipe for caraway tea bread in tea time and some cakes is prefaced. The true spiritual home of the teapot is surely in a softly lighted room between a deep armchair and a sofa, 2 cups only, awaiting their fragrant infusion, whilst the clock points nearer to 6 than 5, and a wood fire flickers sympathetically on the hearth. I just can't get enough of these titles. I could have bought every single book anyway. So that was my second choice. I also bought one for my daughter, let her pick a title. I can't remember which one she picked. And then I bought the Dorothy Whipple one. So I'm so happy that I finally had the chance to go, and there are my little, there's my little books. I can't wait to read each and every one of those, and I definitely had more on my list. I mean, to be honest with you, I knew that I would love most of them, but there were a couple more that I really, really wanted to read. And my daughter was taking photos. I was like, it's my birthday soon, tell all the family. So yeah, I was just really, really pleased to go there. And the store is absolutely beautiful. So definitely go and have a look at their website. I know that they ship internationally. So if you are interested in those really lovely, cozy reads of a certain time, books that you've probably never read, you know, and authors that you may not have heard of, definitely have a look. Sorry, my camera cut out then. But yes, definitely go and have a look if you're interested in, you know, some cozy novels by some forgotten authors. And I think that's everything for today. So I will be back. I've still got the vlog footage from April and May, I think, to put up. So I'll probably do that next. And then the tutorial for the headscarf will be up on the blog soon. Hopefully not long after this goes up. and then hopefully I'll be back in another couple of weeks for some update on my designs and my patterns, because I'm definitely feeling more motivated after taking those classes. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye.